Welcome to Dill and Bill, episode 5. I'm Dill.
I'm Bill.
And we're here again with NFL news and NFL scores on the matchups. I'm 33-12 currently. You know, I'm not going to brag. Pretty nice.
I probably lost more than half mine because
You like to pick underrated games.
the underdogs.
Before we start on this NFL thing, let's talk about LeBron, baby. Woo! The GOAT.
Greatest of all time.
He is. I mean, if your MJ fans want to say something, come contact me.
No, there's nothing to say.
Yeah, there's literally nothing. All right,
The
let's go.
greatest basketball
All right,
player.
let's
of all
move
time.
on to some NFL news.
LeVeon Bell. I had my paper somewhere, but I think I left it. One of
Le'Veon
the
Bell.
top three teams was the Chiefs, the Bills, and the Dolphins. He's going to the Bills, in my opinion.
You think?
Yeah.
Bold prediction?
But
Going to New England.
I thought New England too, but that apparently is not.
It's going to be New England or even, it sounds really weird, but the Steelers,
I could also see people were saying Cleveland too.
I can't see that happening.
They play the Steelers this week, and they play them twice every year. They have Nick Chubb's out for 5 more weeks.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Le'Veon Bell's perfect for their system too. Literally perfect. His zone run.
Yeah, but how much more do you need?
It's not.
It's not good. Honestly, he's going to get signed probably, but he could also opt out and just make it $6 million.
He lives in Miami, or he works out there too. So
I can see him going to Miami too, because Miami doesn't have that bad of a team.
Miami has a nice team. Devontae Parker, Preston Williams,
Matt Breida.
Gaskin.
Breida's good. I mean, they have some good.
Tua's gonna come up.
Fitzpatrick's
like 7th ranked quarterback too.
All right. What do you think Adam Gase is going to be there for the long run then?
Oh. Adam Gase is a bum.
Yeah, but don't you think that Adam Gase is there now because of?
They're gonna look at like Eric Bieniemy.
You're right.
On the Chiefs, their offensive coordinator.
Yes. I can see it happening. We can also talk about how Cam Newton is back in practice. Finally, off of COVID list.
They're gonna destroy the Broncos. I'm making an early prediction.
Listen, New England's a good team. They got unlucky playing Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. I mean, I think that game would have been way better if they would have had Cam Newton.
I think they could have won. The Chiefs could have lost 2 weeks in a row.
Dan Quinn, finally fired. Took a while.
I like Dan. We talked about that on the first episode.
He needed gone. It was.
I kind of like Dan Quinn, but he can't keep a lead.
He cannot keep a lead. His defense is awful. Everything is just bad about his system. Got to go. You blew a lead 3 times this year,
he's
probably.
kind of a bum. He's kind of a bum.
Once you think about it, though, you can also look at his weapons that he has.
They wasted Julio Jones' career.
Literally. Yep. Okay. We're gonna talk about Alex Smith. Finally, taking some
I always
snaps.
liked Alex Smith.
Alex Smith's a great guy. He's just someone you
He's
like. all
like
the
captain
time.
check down though. He only throws the check downs.
He does
never
throw check
throws over
downs
10
because
yards.
not much reliability on that team besides Terry McLaurin.
He was really Kirk Cousins before Kirk Cousins was in the league.
Yes. You know what we're gonna talk about today that I think is very underrated? Derek Carr. What do you think
I
about?
always liked Derek Carr
What
too.
do you think about Derek Carr?
I can't remember what year it was. Maybe 2017 before he got injured. They were looking like Super Bowl contenders. Derek Carr got injured in the last week, maybe week 16. And then they had the guy from Michigan State. Who was that?
Oh God.
Some Michigan State guy had to come in and play for him. And they were looking so dominant. I could also see Le'Veon Bell go into the Raiders. Like, he can go to so many teams. Him and Josh Jacobs.
I can see it too. Was it EJ Manuel?
No. Michigan State. I don't know.
Connor Cook?
Yeah, Connor Cook. That's who it was. He's a bum.
Okay.
He's still better than Nick Foles.
We're gonna talk about the depressing thing about this podcast, and that is Dak Prescott.
Hey, that sucked. That was nasty.
Man, the dude already has 1,856 yards passing
He was
in like 4 or 5 games, dude. He's nuts. He didn't even play the whole last game. He's on set for probably getting like 6,000 yards at least.
6,000. I don't know about 6,000.
He could have had at least 5,000.
5,500 maybe.
Yeah, I think even more, dude. I mean, honestly, God, you look at it.
I think Peyton Manning's record was 55.
Listen, Dak Prescott probably would have had 2,000 after this game if he didn't get hurt so early. Then 2,000, you got 5 games already in. There's a chance.
He definitely would. He was in MVP talks too.
he would. I mean, even with that bad of a sketch, I mean, like, what are they, 2-3?
Yeah, and they shouldn't have beat the Giants either. They choked that game out.
Andy
The
Dalton
Giants
came
had
in.
to beat.
Yeah, I felt bad for the.
Andy Dalton's not bad either.
But the Cowboys play back all the time. They always play down. Their fourth quarter, their second half is always strong.
Well, after being a Browns fan, Andy Dalton torched us every single week.
Andy Dalton is not bad. He's gonna be. He's gonna be good for their system because
he's the best backup quarterback in the NFL easily.
Yeah, I mean, like, honest to God, he's like a starter. He can go start
on
on
the playoffs,
teams.
like I think twice.
And he was in a bad system with Cincinnati. I mean, you can tell that Joe Burrow is struggling. I mean, he's playing good,
injured.
but when you got no O line, it's tough. And I think Andy Dalton his whole career had no O line. Besides the time where they almost beat the Steelers in the playoffs.
Besides 12-4, they went.
Yeah,
they choked.
Very choked. We're gonna talk about. Oh, well, another question. Do you think the Cowboys will be all right?
No, I think the Cowboys are out. They are already struggling.
You don't think they can get the one seed for their division over the Eagles and the Washington football team?
I don't think so. They were getting carried by Dak Prescott.
I'm gonna take
Cowboys
being number one still.
I'd go with the Eagles for the division. Honestly, they're not as bad as everyone's saying.
They're not very good.
Once they get their wide receivers back.
True. I mean, you had no Deshaun Jackson, no Alshon Jeffrey.
They already said they're not going for Le'Veon Bell. He already.
Miles Sanders is a
Doug
good
Peterson
fit.
already said that.
I mean, honestly, if you check, he's a locker room cancer. I mean, honest to God, he just always causes problems for organizations. I mean, he always wants that money.
How can you not when you're with the Jets?
Honest to God, he did it with the Steelers too, though. I mean, he should have just stayed.
I think only till this last year.
He should have stayed easily. We're gonna talk about the Titans right now. Oh God, what do you think about Derrick
I was
Henry?
hoping that they were 1 year wonders, so they're gonna be a problem. They're gonna be like 4th seed maybe in the playoffs.
They're gonna be tough. They're.
I think if the Browns.
They still undefeated?
Yeah, they're 5-0. If the Browns get 7th seed, they would have to wait. Or no. They would play the 2nd seed, I think. So they could very well be the 2nd seed too. So I'm hoping
exactly.
If the Browns do make the 7th seed, they don't have to play the Titans. Hopefully they lose.
I wouldn't want to play the Titans first round, honestly.
I can't remember. There would be a first round bye. It would probably be the Chiefs. So the Browns would either play the Ravens, which is even worse than the Titans, or the Titans.
Yeah, that's tough.
They could also either play the Raiders. The
team
playoffs are going to be good.
They're going to be nuts.
They're going to be really good. They can even play the Steelers too.
Something will happen.
Wild card.
Yeah, the Titans, they're tough. Derrick Henry's a human wall. Brick wall.
He's a brick wall.
He's a brick wall. He's fast.
And there's a meme going around of Derrick Henry stiff-arming Josh Norman.
That was bad.
Kind of like we stiff-armed the Hot Pocket podcast out of the Dragon.
Later. Man, I haven't seen no uploads from them lately. They're dodging the bullet.
They kind of dropped the goose egg.
All right, we're going to talk about another player from that game, Titans-Bills, Josh Allen. Do you think he's still going to be okay?
Yeah, he'll be okay.
I think he's going to be all right, too. I mean, you're always going to have bad games. Everyone has bad games. I mean, he's on fire this year. He's like 1,600 yards passing. He's fine.
He didn't have.
And then if you saw the first interception in that game, it was off his receiver's hands. The second one was supposed to be a zig route, and the guy ran the wrong way, so he threw it there, and he threw it right to Malcolm Butler.
But I'm not gonna go easy on him though, because what I don't get is if Baker Mayfield had a game like that, he's trash.
Yeah, but Baker Mayfield hasn't proved his potential yet. Besides that first rookie year.
Neither has Josh Allen.
I mean, Josh Allen.
This is his first year being.
Josh Allen's 4-1, and he's out here with the second most passing yards in the league.
He's the heart of that team, but.
Josh Allen,
if any other QB, if Jared Goff has that game, if Baker Mayfield has that game,
I think Jared Goff's getting his respect right now.
Carson Wentz gets pooped on for.
I mean, who likes Carson Wentz? He's horrible. I don't think
he's that.
He got carried.
He's built the exact same as Josh Allen. He's actually bigger than Josh Allen. He's 6'6" and like 270.
Yeah, I know.
He's massive.
Okay, Panthers Falcons in quarantine right now. Closed the.
They said Adam Schefter said that was only a coach, I think.
Only
or
a
it was
coach.
an assistant, no players. So I think
that's good for now. But
that's perfect. They can just take him out of the.
Just gonna have to be
practice.
Careful with that. All right. We talked about all the news. Now we're gonna get into our matchups.
The worst part of the production.
All right, I'm gonna save the best game for last.
Last week, I think I got every single prediction incorrect. Like actually,
I think I was 8-6 last week, which isn't very good.
I don't think I guessed. Oh, I guessed the Saints game. That's it.
All
the
right.
Browns.
Okay, we're gonna skip our game because we both like the Steelers and Browns. We're gonna save that for last, and we'll talk about that. We got the Texans and Titans. Is this a
I'm going
no-brainer?
Titans.
Okay, I'm going Titans too. I mean, honest to God,
The Texans' run defense is garbage.
they're terrible, and you got one of the best running backs in the league, top 2
I
probably.
think the Texans' defense was like 25th or something like that.
They're bad. They're awful. They make James Conner look like Saquon Barkley.
James Conner's not bad either.
No, he's not
By the
bad,
way.
but he also fits good with the organizations. Like if he goes to the Jets, he's gonna
I
have
like
10
James
carries
Conner.
for 10 yards. Bengals Colts.
I'm gonna go with the Bengals.
I went Bengals too. Honestly, I mean,
The Colts' defense though is pretty sick. They have probably
That's what I'm scared
Darius
about.
Leonard back.
but it's just a bold prediction. I'm gonna go with the Bengals. We
Baker-
vote on the We vote on the Bengals a lot on this.
They're
podcast.
underrated. They remind me of the Chargers. They also remind me of the 2018 Browns. I said when Burrow got drafted that he's going to turn their organization.
You know, we're
around.
gonna say one more thing about the Chargers while it's brought up. Justin Herbert. What do you think about that? I mean,
I think he's a beast. I think he's better than Joe Burrow. Like they both kind of.
but I do think Justin Herbert's in a better
They're good at
position
their own strengths.
You know, I really didn't. I had no high hopes on Justin Herbert at
I
all.
liked him. I didn't dislike.
I was
him.
like, he's coming from Oregon.
There's 3 good QBs. There's Justin Herbert, Tua, and Joe Burrow.
I haven't seen Tua play yet.
I
want
did
to see
not
him play.
dislike one single quarterback in that draft. Was
Okay.
Trace McSorley drafted the best quarterback
Throw
of all
it
time?
on a dime. All right, we got the Falcons and Vikings. I'm going Atlanta.
I think I went the Falcons, but I can honestly see the Vikings too.
The Vikings. Is
That's like a
Dalvin Cook
toss-up.
playing?
I want to go with the Vikings.
Is Dalvin Cook playing?
No, he's not.
Then I'm going.
But they have Antonio Madison, I think his name is.
Yeah,
Or Anthony
he's
Madison.
all right. No, he played as good as Cook would have played. Yep. Period. Ended.
I'm going the
Da-
Vikings.
Yeah.
I think Justin Jefferson had a down game, but he's going to go off. The Falcons are.
I think
terrible.
Julio Jones comes back this week though. Did he come
He's
back?
questionable. He didn't practice.
If he comes back, they're gonna be in trouble.
He's also going to miss practice because of today. They didn't have
You're right.
practice because of the virus. So I mean,
He can go both ways.
that's actually probably good for him.
He needs more.
I'm still going the Vikings.
Okay. Broncos, Pats. Can't
Drew
beat-
Lock's back.
Is he? Okay, finally. I mean, I love
I
Drew
like
Lock.
Jerry Jeudy against their defense, but I'm still going to go with the Patriots.
I think New England's gonna come out.
Stephon
on
Gilmore's
top.
been having a bad year.
He's been getting burnt. He's been on nowhere. He's not been on lockdown at all this year.
I haven't heard
honestly.
anything about him.
Yeah,
I'm
99 club, more like 83 club.
Yeah, I'm still going.
Lower that. Well, all right, we got the battle of the 2 worst teams ever, the Giants and Washington football team, for the division, baby. This is a divisional rival game. You need this win for the Washington football team, and I'm going the New York Giants. I am.
Yeah, they took it to the Cowboys, the worst defense in the NFL though. But
Yeah, but Washington
I
is
think
Chase Young
Danny
back.
Dimes is gonna make the Washington football team.
Danny Dimes gonna have 4 touchdowns this week, passing. Watch.
I like
they have
Daniel
good
Jones.
weapons.
I liked him more than Haskins, and it's funny that Haskins isn't even playing. That was my prediction.
Isn't Haskins hurt though?
No.
He's
He's their 3rd string. He's behind Alex Smith, who had his leg snapped in half a year ago.
Yeah, 18 months
2
ago.
years ago.
All right, I'm going New York because I think they have better weapons that can beat that team.
I don't know if Darius Slayton. Like they're gonna make Darius Slayton look like Julio Jones. So
Yeah, he's gonna have like this big year. I mean, this big week on this team, and it's gonna look
Golden
bad.
Tate,
All right, Ravens, Eagles.
Ravens.
Give me the Ravens. Even though Lamar Jackson hasn't looked.
He has had 2 really bad games, but even his bad games are
Most people
average. Yeah.
average. Like, but he did only throw 180 yards last week against the Bengals.
Yeah.
But he
I
did
don't
rush a
think
lot.
He didn't need to throw. That's the only issue.
Yeah, I agree.
I think might have had an interception or a fumble.
He'll be fine too, though. He had an interception. He'll be
He
all
had
right though.
13 points in fantasy. That's I lost my week because of Lamar
I mean,
Jackson.
usually choose Lamar Jackson because he can run in a touchdown. He can run 50 yards and throw for 250 at least in 3 touchdown passes. But you know that hasn't been the case lately.
I'm starting Lamar Jackson this week over Cam Newton. My fantasy.
I would definitely. I mean, the Broncos' defense isn't that bad
He's
either.
gonna have like 100 rushing yards. So
Yeah.
the Eagles are also really bad.
Eagles rushing defense and defense in general.
Their pass rush is actually really
They
good.
made the Steelers look like the Chiefs.
The Eagles, I think they have the top 5 pass rush in sacks at least.
I mean, Fletcher Cox is good. I mean, they have a good D line. Everything after that is
they honestly they remind me of the Bengals defense.
They do.
You can't
Just
name anyone besides their
the D
lineman.
lineman. No one. All right, we got the Bears and Panthers. Good game. But I'm going to take the Bears.
I'm gonna go Bears.
But here's
Well,
why.
I think it's gonna be so close.
Teddy Bridgewater has been showing that he can. I mean, he can play. He's been showing it the last couple of weeks. I mean, they're 3-2, I think,
I
right?
think Robbie Anderson he's killing it for me.
I mean, Bridgewater
Fantasy
played a
league.
really good week last week. He threw 3 touchdowns for like 300
He throws
yards.
because Robbie Anderson has like 180 yards per week.
I know, but I mean, the quarterback gets him the ball. I mean, he must be throwing.
That's
some
what I'm
good
saying.
Yeah,
They're a good duo.
they're a good duo. I mean, Robbie Anderson needed out of that system in New York.
Yeah,
Needed
the
out.
Jets just
Listen,
that's what I'm talking about.
Le'Veon Bell's gonna be a top 5 running back after this.
Especially if he goes to the Chiefs.
Oh,
Oh my god.
I can see it happening too. I mean, honestly, he's just a budget running back right now, and he's top 10 potential still.
I think he was still good with the Jets. He just didn't.
He just didn't have an O line.
It's the Jets. I drafted him in my fantasy like the 8th pick or
Yeah.
6th pick.
Lions and Jags. I'm gonna take the Lions here.
I picked up Matthew Stafford for Russell Wilson because he's a bye week. So I'm gonna cheer for the Lions.
I mean, I do think Matthew Stafford just has a horrible O line. He just has. It's just he's always been in a bad system.
This week is always good QBs against terrible defenses. It's the easy pick. I'm definitely picking the Lions. They have Kenny Galladay.
Because listen, is Kenny Galladay playing this week?
Yeah.
Finally, I mean, my 2 fantasy picks were Julio Jones, Kenny Galladay, and Derrick Henry, and they're all out 1 week because Derrick Henry had like COVID. The other 2 were just like hurt, like sprained their pinky.
Yeah, I think Matthew Stafford's gonna have 300 yards.
Yeah, I meant this finger, not this
He's
one.
underrated.
We have the Jets and Dolphins, and I'm taking the Dolphins.
If Le'Veon Bell goes to the Dolphins and plays the Jets, he's got 300 yards.
That'd be awesome. And I think that the
I'm
Dolphins.
taking the Dolphins.
Won't the Dolphins
they
be-
took it to San Francisco.
They'll be 3-3 after this week. You know, that's just shocking to me because I do think that they were like the worst team in the league. They were like,
But that division though, Patriots, Bills.
it's tough, but
And the
I'm not saying they're a playoff team,
Jets.
but I'm saying that they can easily get 7 wins probably.
They could sneak in there at the 7th spot.
I mean, yeah, but here's the
I don't
thing.
know over the Browns though,
Yeah, I don't see any
or the Steelers, or the Colts, or the
Raiders.
Raiders. I think the Raiders will be higher than the 7th. They'll be like 5th.
Yeah, but the Raiders are gonna have to beat past the
Well, the Chiefs are gonna get like a first round bye, so they can get a wild card.
yeah. This is gonna be a good game right here. We got the Packers and Bucks. And I
It's
took
gonna be a really good.
And I
game.
took the Buccaneers, and here's why. I think Tom Brady is going to be throwing missiles. I'm telling you. Is Godwin playing this week? I think he
Packers
is.
I think the Packers are the best team in the league right now.
I do think they are too, but I do think, I mean, there's always time for a
Aaron
loss.
Jones, Devontae Adams is back.
I don't think Devontae Adams is playing. Didn't he put out that
He was
tweet?
full participant in practice.
I swear I saw something about like him like complaining on Twitter.
That was last week.
That was last week.
Yeah, Devontae Adams is back. That's huge. The last game he played, he had 40 fantasy points. That was the first game of the
I
year.
think the Packers are definitely better.
The
but
Bucs defense is not bad though.
I know, and I do think that if you give Tom Brady a game like this where you have to go shootout, where you have to keep throwing touchdown passes, I think Tom Brady will win it. And I do think that Tom Brady still is clutch, still a great player. I'm taking the Bucs.
I'm going. Aaron Rodgers is top 3 quarterback right now in the league.
Oh no,
Aaron
I'm
Jones is probably arguably number
not
1.
top five at least.
You could even put him at number 1.
Devontae Adams, top 5 receiver. I mean, I can agree with you, and I'm happy for Aaron Rodgers because he actually finally has weapons. He doesn't have to.
Their O line has got a little bit better from the.
He doesn't have to rely on Jordy Nelson.
Yeah, Jordy Nelson.
Yeah.
Yeah, their defense is honestly solid too.
They're solid too. I mean,
I think they're ranked 12.
They have lockdown corners too. Jair Alexander's pretty good.
I like Jair Alexander.
And
I think Chris Godwin. I think he's gonna be.
He's gonna be playing. I heard
Yeah, but he's
iffy, but that's also
had a
fantasy.
bad year. Mike Evans. I don't know. No one's really fully healthy on that team.
They're all banged up.
Leonard Fournette is hurt.
They're definitely banged up. Rams and 49ers. Could be.
I took the Rams.
I took the Rams too.
I think they have Cam Akers and Darrell Henderson are healthy. They got Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp. Jared Goff has been top 10.
Jared Goff looks tough. He's shown. I mean, like, because that
Jalen
year they made it
Ramsey.
to the Super Bowl, he looked pretty decent.
The Niners, they have Debo Samuel, but like he's been awful. He's been terrible. Brandon Ayuk, I don't even know if he's even healthy anymore.
Well, the
They
whole
have
Niners
no
team has
one on-
ACL tears everywhere.
They have no one on offense.
I do think. I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo is pretty good.
They got Raheem Mostert, who's like the fastest running back in the NFL.
He's finally back. I saw when he came back last
Jerick
week.
McKinnon, got one catch and that's it. One
No,
catch
they
for
stopped giving him the
17 yards.
ball.
I definitely, it's gonna be easy for the Rams.
The Chiefs and Bills. I'm going
Chiefs.
I'm going Chiefs. I think it was a slump last week. They're definitely gonna win.
I don't know who the Bills have played.
The Bills played Tennessee and literally showed that
That was like their first really, really hard game,
Mhm.
and they got.
Didn't they play
embarrassed.
Indianapolis though?
Yeah, but
Indy's not bad though. I mean,
their offense is abysmal. Phillip Rivers cannot get it. He's so washed up.
so
I
washed
said that
up.
at the beginning of the season.
He looks like a bum. He makes stupid reads.
He
too.
threw a pick six to Ronnie Harrison, the Browns. They just got him. He played like 3 snaps the week before.
Yeah, I mean the Chiefs' offense is just so high powered. But if you can limit Mahomes,
I think Travis Kelce, last week Austin Hooper, I mean he's not bad at all. He's a top 10 tight end. But Austin Hooper just absolutely lit up the Chiefs.
Austin Hooper's top 10.
Yeah. Last year at least.
Okay, I'll give you last year. I don't know about this year.
They don't use him.
They don't use him enough. Exactly. But I do think they should. I think
Skill wise, definitely top. He catches everything.
I
He's
do
not
think
dropping
that if they gave him the ball more,
Yeah, that's why Travis Kelce he's the best tight end in the league, and he's gonna destroy them. I think he'll have at least like 2 touchdowns.
Cardinals and the Cowboys.
I'm going Cardinals.
Going Cards here. I mean, I would probably say the Cowboys if Dak Prescott was playing. It's kind of a heartbreaker.
That's not even like a really fun game to watch. Just kind of Andy Dalton.
A boring
I mean, I had
quarterback.
nothing really much to say. Kyler Murray, DeAndre
I
Hopkins,
mean, Kyler Murray's fun to watch because he's versatile.
Edmonds, and Kenyon Drake against the Dallas defense.
That's awful. It's very bad.
It's gonna be the Cardinals.
There's not that there. You either have a great defense this year, or you
Or
just
you
have a
suck.
horrible defense. It's just there's no in between. It's bad.
Once again, a great quarterback playing a bad defense. That's the entire week.
I agree. And then now we're on our game, Browns Steelers, and I'm going.
Game of the week.
I'm going Pittsburgh.
I'm gonna go the Browns, obviously.
Okay, I want to hear your reasoning, and then I'll give mine.
Number 1 rushing offense in the league, still even without Nick Chubb. I'm gonna say I'm not gonna say if they signed Le'Veon Bell or not. I don't think he's gonna.
But he's not
I'm
gonna
not
play
gonna
this
factor that
week.
into it. He wouldn't play this week anyway. And I mean, it's just not even that much of a reason. I just have a feeling that they're gonna. I think they're 2 really solid teams.
I think they're both really good
The
teams.
Steelers'
It's gonna be a
defense
fun
is
game.
not as good as it was last year.
What?
The Steelers' defense, it's not bad. But
I do
it's
think that
definitely not top 5.
The Steelers struggle near Terrell Edmonds. Sucks.
Yeah. I think Kareem Hunt.
Awful.
Kareem Hunt is going to go off catching. Him in the passing is ridiculous.
Here's
He's
my
catching
opinion.
Catching touchdown every single week.
It's gonna change this week. Because you want to hear why? Because we're gonna have Devin Bush lined up with them, and Devin Bush is fast. He'll be able to stay with them. The Steelers D line, our rushing defense is amazing. We made Saquon Barkley look like a 8th string middle school running back.
Yeah.
You know, I'm excited for this game because it's gonna be. Both teams have their flaws, but they're both there's pros and cons for both teams. I mean, and usually like if the Steelers have a bad rushing game, you guys have a great rushing game. Your guys' run defense is
The Browns always do really good against the rush with the Steelers. Even when Le'Veon Bell was there, he would have like 1 breakaway. That's why he would have over 100 yards.
The way the Steelers are going to win that game is if they can get the ball into their weapons' hands named Juju Smith-Schuster, because he's going to be a big asset this week because the Browns have gave up second
I
most
agree.
fantasy points to receivers this year. You got to look at that. I mean, I do think that Juju needs to step up because he does play his
I think
role.
he was a little hurt too. He's a little banged up. Was it his knee or his ankle?
Yeah.
One of those.
Okay, but this is my opinion on Juju. I mean, he's a great player. We don't always have to give him the ball because people are going to, as you saw that last play of the week with Chase Claypool scoring that touchdown over the middle, Roethlisberger audible to play because he saw the linebackers lined up with the fastest receiver they
I
have.
think Ben's been really, really good this year too.
I think he's been accurate.
He's 10-1. His ratio is. I looked at it yesterday.
1,000
10-1.
yards.
He's over 1,000. He played 1 less game than anyone else in the league, besides the Patriots and the Broncos and the Titans.
You know, this is going to be a big break for me too because I want the Steelers win, obviously. But if Baker Mayfield can somehow go out and play a
He
good
was looking
game,
crazy good against the Colts until he got injured.
he's
got a cheap
listen.
shot
When
on
you're
him.
throwing a football and you're going like this, your ribs are going to feel it's going to be hurting, and you better hope that you don't get. Better hope your offensive line's there, to stop that Steelers front line.
I think Odell is going to go off. He always does good against. He did good against the Steelers. Not that second week. He was a little injured.
But you know what I'm excited about this year is that you guys all have all your weapons now, and we have our quarterback.
Except Nick Chubb.
Oh, true.
If Nick Chubb was in, this game's easy to win for the Browns. It is. He's just.
I don't know. I mean, I think we stopped the run pretty well. We have Vince Williams, who has like 10 tackles for losses already, and like the second person next to him was like 5. And I do think that when we blitz 4 or 5, we bring 5 people. It's hard to block all of them because we have quick guys. T.J. Watt looks like a defensive player of the year candidate. Bud Dupree.
Myles Garrett.
See, that's what I think. Here's the thing, though. The Steelers.
Myles Garrett is first in forced fumbles, first in sacks, first in pressures, first in turnovers, forced off of pressures. I saw that today.
Just wait. This is how the Steelers are going to have to win, too. You're going to have to hold because Ben's going to throw deep. You're going to have to on this team because I don't think the Browns secondaries.
Their safeties are awful.
Awful, exactly. That's why you go to.
Safeties in the NFL.
If you can go, I feel like Ben will have a good game, like the best game of this year, if his left tackle Villanueva can hold Myles Garrett for at least 3 seconds or something. Come on.
You need to watch. I can guarantee you're going to look at number 23 on the Browns. Andrew Sendeo is terrible.
I know the
He's
white.
He's going to have to cover like Chase Claypool. I guarantee they're going to put him like right over the middle. They're going to do this. They're going to do a little post and then go right over the middle, and bummy Andrew Sendeo is going to get burnt. I guarantee it.
Listen, Claypool.
If you come back to this video, I guarantee that's what's
Claypool still has potential. I'm not going to say he's anything good yet.
He's a beast.
He's a beast. When you play him
and Justin Jefferson,
he'll finally have some minutes. I mean, he'll finally have some snaps now. Because like they showed last week, hey, I can play. Put me in over bummy James Washington. I mean, James Washington's not bad, but what's he bring to the table that Chase Claypool doesn't? Claypool already has 6 touchdowns this year.
Deontay Johnson.
Keep him in the game. Deontay Johnson, I hope, did he come back?
I drafted him high in my fantasy, and he's just been disappointing.
He's been disappointing.
He had one good game.
But he probably is our best receiver.
He's a really good route runner.
I mean, he's just been banged up too, though. I mean,
yeah, he had concussions.
It's going to be tough.
Being a small kick returner is going to happen.
I'm excited, though. Want to do a score prediction on that game? Because I do think it's going to be a shootout.
Hard.
Because it's either going to be no scoring at all, or there's going to be
the Browns have scored 30 points. I don't think they scored 30 points last week. They might have. I think they scored 30 points in the last like 4 weeks.
I think last week they scored. They scored 31, maybe. I think
it was 32 to.
Yeah, because they kicked the.
It was 32 to 22.
No, because they kicked the field goal at the end.
It was 29-22, and it was 32.
So the Browns' offense does look really good.
They put up 30 against the number 1 pass defense in the NFL. And the Steelers are not the number 1. They're the top 10, but they're not number 1. I don't know. Kareem Hunt has no chance. I'm saying that the Browns are not going to win easily, but they're going to win by like maybe like 10.
Whoa!
Easily 10.
Give me the Steelers. Okay, it's going to be a bold prediction. 28-23 Steelers. That's just a bold prediction. I think the Steelers will be able to hold the run game. You're going to have to switch your game up. We're going to try to make Baker throw the ball because he makes bad reads sometimes. If he can keep onto the ball and not turn over the ball, you guys will win the game. But I do feel like Baker Mayfield.
He's banged up now. He's definitely going to throw. He hasn't been bad.
No, he hasn't been.
Injured.
He's been injured. I mean, like bruised ribs is going to be hard to throw with. If you throw with this hand, you're still going to feel it.
Right side,
you throw here, right side, it's going to still hurt. It's going to hurt both ways. And I do think that this will show who will be.
Ben's going to have a bad game.
No, he won't.
Oh, I know.
Just come on, just wait.
Myles Garrett has a vengeance.
I don't see it happening. We don't have Bummy Rudolph in the game who's going to get hit in the head again. We beat you guys with Duck Hodges.
We hate the Steelers.
Listen, I hate
the fans, the whole town.
I hate
Heinz Field. The Browns haven't won in Heinz Field in like 23 years.
It's not going to happen again. And we got fans now. We're going to have Renegade playing. It's over for you guys.
They're going to pull. Myles Garrett's going to pull Mason Rudolph back out of the field and hit him with the helmet. No.
All right. Well, I mean, it's going to be a tough game, and I think it's going to be exciting.
Kareem Hunt's going to kick somebody. I think it's going to be a dirty. It's going to be a dirty game.
I don't think it's going to be that dirty. I don't.
Last year, I mean, we don't have Demarius Randall anymore, but Demarius Randall was given like juju concussions and stuff.
Yeah.
It's going to be a dirty. I think it's going to be a dirty game, and I think it's going to be low scoring. But I think it's going to be
like a 14-3 game.
No, I don't think it'll be like that low. I think it'll be like. I think the Steelers will score like 13, and the Browns will score like. I don't know, like 24 there. 24-13, that's my prediction.
Woo! Okay, I like that prediction. Okay, we're going to cap it off here. Thanks for listening to episode 5. Dylan,
of
Bill,
the
we're out.
greatest sportscast in Northeast Ohio and the greatest sportscast
And Dragon's Den
on
Network.
Dragon Den Network.
And remember, if you like the Hot Pocket podcast, this is what we do to you. You see, you get squashed and we we're out of here. Peace out.